Sister Wives star Robyn Brown let her fake mask fall off during the tribute to Garrison Brown. His family began to honor the late son of Kody and Janelle Brown on the Sunday, May 4th episode. Yet no one cared to hear from or see Robyn as she showed her true colors. Keep reading for more details. Garrison's death forces fake mask off Robyn Brown. Sister Wives fans did not want to hear from Robyn Brown when it was announced there would be a tribute episode for Garrison Brown. They did not feel she was sincere, but more than that, they believed she was part of the problem. She had helped to enact Kody Brown's stringent COVID rules, which essentially tore the family apart. He was solely staying with Robyn and her 5 kids, while actively insulting the older kids and other wives. It has since come out that Garrison began his downward spiral into drinking during the pandemic, which is heartbreaking. As the episode went on, Robyn began sharing how she felt when she learned Garrison had passed. She tried to choke out tears, as per usual, but nothing happened. Then, Kody was opening up to her about how he was handling Garrison's death. Robyn was smiling and laughing while Kody attempted to replay what went wrong in his head. Viewers noted how she could not even force out a tear when it was the right time and not just one of her victim moments. She appeared to be forcing herself to feel something on the Sunday, May 4th episode of Sister Wives. Yet everyone saw what a cold person she was, and how Robyn only cares about herself. Robyn has long been despised on the show, but things came to a head during this particular episode. Some feared she would make it all about herself, yet she went from victim to villain. The Insincere Bunch. Sister Wives fans broke down watching the tribute to Garrison Brown. They saw his siblings come out and speak so beautifully on his behalf. Even Meri Brown, who is typically stone-faced, was a puddle of love and tears. Viewers found much of the family to be so sincere and genuine, yet Kody and Robyn Brown were exempt from that. Finally, they could feel Robyn's coldness, and it burned. Regarding Robyn and Kody, I've heard so many lies and rewriting of history from them that I struggle to believe anything they say. I find the most sincere to be Janelle, Gabe, and Meri. She was so cold. It was as if Kody was speaking about a close relative he had shared history with that she didn't get to know. She is a truly awful human being. It is the first time she couldn't squeeze a tear out. What the F***? She just keeps dabbing the outside corners of her eyes, even though there seems to be no tears and your tear ducts are on the inside corners. I was looking to compare her fake crying to real, but it was certainly lacking. Fans wished Robyn had not been a part of the tribute, but had to understand it was a family episode. Did you see a more twisted side of Robyn this week, or is she the same as usual? Let us know, and watch Sister Wives Sundays that followed TLC. Garrison Brown's tragic death was unlike anything the Sister Wives world had ever known. A family once known for its tangled dynamics, fiery confessions, and public drama fell heartbreakingly still. But as the weeks passed and the family began to speak again, a new kind of reckoning began. One that didn't just mourn the loss of a son and brother, but peeled back the carefully crafted roles each family member had played for over a decade. And no one's role was more scrutinized than that of Robyn Brown. For years, Robyn had worn the crown of Kody's favorite wife and the mantle of the dutiful, spiritual, emotionally tuned-in matriarch. Her tears were frequent, her loyalty to Kody unwavering. But to others, especially to Janelle's and Christine's children, her sincerity often rang hollow. It wasn't until Garrison's heartbreaking passing that the illusion cracked, exposing a side of Robyn few had ever truly seen. A shattered image. In the immediate days after Garrison's death, Robyn retreated. She made no public statements. She skipped the first few family memorials. According to family insiders, she was overcome with emotion and unable to face the cameras. But as Janelle bravely stepped forward to speak about her son, and Christine rallied her children to share their memories of him, a glaring silence hovered around Robyn and her household. It didn't go unnoticed. On social media, longtime viewers began questioning, where was Robyn? Why hadn't she reached out to Janelle? Why hadn't she shown public grief for a young man she once called her bonus son? She was always the first to cry on camera when it was about her, one fan wrote. But now, when Garrison is gone, nothing. The silence spoke volumes. The breakdown begins when Robyn finally did speak, during a raw and unscripted confession filmed privately at her Flagstaff home. Her demeanor was notably different. Gone was the smooth, polished delivery viewers had come to expect. She was unkempt, her voice strained, her eyes distant. "I didn't know how to grieve out loud," she said softly, "because I knew that I had been part of the reason he felt so isolated." She paused, the camera catching the flicker of truth that had long been buried beneath years of family tension. "I didn't fight hard enough for him. I stayed quiet when I should have spoken up, and now I can't take that back." It was, perhaps, the first time Robyn publicly acknowledged the depth of the divide between her household and the rest of the Brown family, and how that division may have contributed to Garrison's emotional unraveling. A legacy of favoritism. Pristine had once famously said, "He only wants one house with Robyn." At the time, it was brushed off as jealousy drama. But now, in the aftermath of Garrison's death, those words echoed with new meaning. Janelle, in her own grieving special, shared that Garrison had felt replaced by Robyn's children, emotionally and physically distanced by a father who chose one corner of the family over the rest. When you're a young man watching your father ignore your texts but show up for Robyn's kids with gifts and affection, Janelle said, it does something to you. Robyn, through tear-filled eyes, admitted she saw it happening. "I told Kody he needed to reach out. I told him he was losing his sons. But I didn't yell. I didn't demand. I let it go because I thought it wasn't my place. And now, that silence is louder than anything." The other side of the mask. For over a decade, Robyn had managed her public image with precision. She spoke often about God, family unity, and emotional connection. But within the family, her words often rang as performance rather than sincerity. Multiple Brown children, including Peyton and Gwendolyn, had previously hinted that Robyn's persona wasn't as nurturing behind closed doors. "She wanted control," Gwendolyn once said in a vlog. "She used emotion as a tool." After Garrison's death, those comments took on chilling clarity. In a candid moment during the family's post-memorial episode, Gabriel, Garrison's younger brother and closest confidant, spoke for the first time about Robyn's role in the family's unraveling. "She wasn't cruel," he said, "but she didn't care about us. Not really. She cared about keeping Kody happy. And if that meant cutting us out to keep the peace in her house, she did it without blinking." Cracks in the foundation. As the family continued to grapple with their grief, Robyn's emotional unraveling became more visible. She no longer appeared poised and composed on screen. Her voice trembled not with drama, but with guilt. "I spent years praying that our family would come back together," she confessed. "But I only prayed for Kody's side to be heard. I never prayed for Janelle's sons. I never asked too late for Garrison, and in many ways, too late for the rest of the family as well." Pristine, speaking during a group family discussion aired weeks after the funeral, was direct. "Robyn," she said, "you cried a lot of tears for yourself. But Garrison needed you to cry for him, to show up, to make space for all of us. There was no shouting, just a sorrow that hung thick in the room." Robyn nodded silently. The unraveling of the perfect wife. The loss of Garrison didn't just expose cracks in the family. It shattered the myth of perfection Robyn had built her life around. She was no longer the peaceful mediator, the spiritual glue. She was a woman who had chosen comfort over conflict and now faced the consequences. Kody, standing beside her in a brief segment, seemed almost removed from the gravity of the moment. "We're all hurting," he said. "This isn't about blame." But for the rest of the family and the fans watching, It was about accountability, about the reality that years of favoritism, silence, and emotional division had consequences far beyond hurt feelings. Moving forward, without the mask. In a final scene, filmed at the gravesite where the family had gathered months after the funeral, Robyn placed a single white flower beside Garrison's memorial stone. She stood alone, her eyes fixed on the engraving. "I don't deserve forgiveness," she whispered, "but I hope he knew I cared." The camera lingered as she turned and walked away, not toward Kody, but toward her own car. It was symbolic, perhaps, of the beginning of something new, not redemption, but reckoning. For the first time, Robyn Brown wasn't acting as the perfect wife. She was just a woman, flawed, grieving, exposed. And maybe, just maybe, that's what the family needed all along. Epilogue. A new chapter begins. In the weeks following the special, TLC released a statement indicating the next season of Sister Wives would shift its focus from plural marriage to the family's healing journey. Janelle and Christine are expected to co-lead a special memorial project in Garrison's honor, focusing on mental health awareness and veteran support, two causes he deeply cared about. Robyn, for now, remains quiet, absent from the press circuit, absent from social media. Whether her return will come with genuine change or just another version of the mask, only time will tell. But one thing is certain, Garrison's death changed everything. It didn't just break hearts, it broke illusions. And now, the Brown family must finally learn how to live without pretending. Hot topic y'all want to discuss over here on my channel, please by all means. Let me know in the comments below, or you can email me. My email is always open to suggestions, hot topic discussions, all the things. My email is linked in the description below every video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell beside subscribe. Make sure it's set to all so you'll be notified whenever I upload. I love you for watching. I'll see you in my next video or in the comments below.